They say this is a big rich town. Yeah.
Now, quick question.
Okay.
Is that Joe again, or is it just Trey Songz singing a Joe part?
No, that's the original.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I'm gonna say it still don't sound like Joe. Maybe my head is just kind of...
Yeah. Well, this is our review, Power Season 6, Episode 3. And if you can't tell, I'm really excited to hear the original theme song back. So let's get into it, okay? Ready? So the show starts off with the state's attorney Donovan and crew ready to move Dre and his daughter to another location in preparation for him to testify against Alicia Jimenez. What is presumed to be men associated with Jimenez ambush the house and begin to fire in an attempt to kill Dre. Donovan covers Dre and is able to keep him alive, although everyone else is taken out. Donovan is on the floor injured, and Dre takes him out and makes a run for it with his daughter. Like, wasn't that a real slime ball move? Like, ugh. But Dre's a slime ball, and I feel like he should have been killed last season.
Yeah. Yeah, that part was kind of weird.
Next, they show Proctor's ex handing over the infamous laptop to Agent Sachs. Thoughts?
Nothing on that. This doesn't seem like he really got any too much information. I think this next time when he get it, that task will be good. But don't seem like Sachs. I mean, it doesn't seem like Proctor's been going too much.
Next, they show Dre getting apprehended. Dre is brought into the state's attorney's office and questioned about what happened by Sachs. Sachs tells Dre that there is a continuance in a couple of days and he'll still have to testify. Dre feels that Jimenez will still find him in witness protection, so he's not testifying. Sachs tells him he doesn't have a choice.
I feel like it would have been so easy for them to know that Dre killed Donovan. That's my big thing. I just feel like all they had to do is run ballistics on the way Donovan was shot and the gun that was used. From what I seen, Dre didn't have the gloves.
Right. That's the thing I was looking at. Like, they're not gonna do no fingerprints, but.
They found your baby, and I'm pretty sure she still probably got blood on her.
That's true too, yeah.
Yeah, I think Dre would have been a prime suspect. They would have been like, okay, everybody get killed, but you get away. And there's blood on your daughter.
Yeah.
So I was fishy.
Councilman Tate is smashing one of the women who is working on his campaign that happens to be married to the guy who he beat up.
Yeah. So soap opera-ish.
Ramona Garrity enters Tate's campaign headquarters and fires a lot of people so she can bring in some of her people to increase his chances of winning. She then asks about Ghost being one of Tate's biggest campaign supporters.
Ghost new lover for the last season.
I know, you can see that coming from a mile away.
I'm getting a divorce. My husband's been cheating on me too.
I'm just playing along with that, but I feel like you can see it from a mile away. Tommy pulls up into his warehouse in his new whip with Keisha. She steps out of the ride with a new upgraded look. He takes Keisha around and shows her some of the product. Tommy's men show him how much money they've made, but Tommy is stressing about how he'll get the money cleaned.
Keisha looks so corny.
She do. Like, you're just trying way too hard.
Hello.
Sachs questions Jimenez about the massacre at the safe house, and she denies having any involvement. But I feel like that got her or people associated with her written all over it. So like,
she knew where he was staying.
But I mean, I guess you denied to, whatever.
Yeah, there probably isn't no connection between, well, so-called.
After that, Ghost comes to see Tate and asks him why Construction hasn't been started on the Queen's Child project. Tate tells him that they're out of money. He tells Ghost how hard it is to reallocate public funds for the project. Ghost spots Ramona and asks who she is. Tate tells him who she is and says he wants to make sure she doesn't see anything she's not supposed to see, and then he tells him to exit out the back. Tasha and Tommy meet up and smoke in his new car. He tells Tasha that he needs his money clean. She tells him that she's strapped too. He says he'll just ask Keisha to let her use the salon to keep the money clean. Tasha says that Keisha won't even take her calls. He says she's gonna have to get over it because this is business. Jason texts Tommy and tells him to get over there. I mean, do you feel like Keisha has that much of a right to be that mad at Tasha, really?
Yeah, I do. But I also feel like Keisha shouldn't be messing with Tommy if she's that mad at Tasha.
Right. Next, Tariq is kicking it in his room with his roommate and counting money when Evie comes in and says she needs more pills. She says the man is up due to midterms. They could especially use some more Adderall. What does Adderall do?
It keeps you hyper and alert.
Oh, okay. Tommy meets with Jason. Jason tells him that he still doesn't have the ports, and if Jimenez goes to jail, it'll be a full-out war. He says that he needs Tommy to bring him Jimenez alive. He then tells Ghost the same thing. He tells Ghost he'll waive one of his restitution payments if he delivers Jimenez.
Yeah, it's time for Jason to get out of here.
I know.
He's being a slime boss, greedy as heck.
Yeah, he is, like, super greedy. But I mean, he's like, basically, what are y'all gonna do about it?
Like, this is the last season. Pay me all my money.
Tasha goes to pick up Yaz, and her mom says she smells weed. Her mom is watching other kids, and Tasha sees an opportunity for a new business. I thought that was evident the way she was looking at one of the neighbors pay her mom. Tasha has dinner with her kids, and Tariq complains about the new apartment. She tells him that she's strapped and her and Ghost are in the middle of splitting. Ghost arrives and tells her he can't keep Yaz this weekend. He questions her about how much she's paying for the new place. Tasha gets frustrated and says that he can go and take Tariq with him since the new place isn't up to their standards. Next, you can see Sax and Blanca meet, and they determined that if Angela was working with them, then Ghost couldn't have killed her. Sax is sure that Ghost has something to do with it, and they are determined to take him down. For like, they just want Ghost. Like, you want Ghost, period. Like, I don't even know why they're trying to act like they're trying to avenge Angela when really y'all just want Ghost. You feel like that's what it is?
I don't know. I look at it like they don't want Ghost. I think Sax wants Ghost.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody else is treating it like it could be open to anybody being because every time Sax comes, they're like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "I'm positive."
I feel like Blanca wants Ghost too.
I think Blanca wants all of them.
She wants anybody she can get her hands on.
She wants Tasha for real.
Next, Ghost and Tariq are in the kitchen after spending the night at their penthouse. Ghost asks him why he's in the city when he should be in school. He lies and says his roommate had company. Ghost then tells him that Tommy is alive. Given Tariq's reply, he asks how long he's known Tommy was alive. Ghost explains that Tariq is his only son and that everything he has goes to Tariq when he's gone. He doesn't want him hanging around Tommy. Ghost then says he can't give him a ride back to school, but he can take him to the train station. After Ghost leaves, Tariq goes to his room to get more pills to take back with him to school. So the way this is, like, how long has this been since Kanan's been dead?
Since the end of last season.
I know, but on the show, like, how many, has it been a couple months? Has it, I don't know.
I don't even think it's been a couple of months since, I'm going to say it's probably been a couple of weeks because they smoked his ashes. So I think it has been pretty recent.
Which was gross. Proctor meets with Ghost at Truth. Ghost tells Proctor that he needs Jimenez's courtroom. Proctor warns him against any sinister plan he may have. Ghost tells him he needs the info ASAP, and if Proctor doesn't give it to him, he's a dead man, and Proctor will have his blood on his hands. Proctor asks what it's for because she'll be at the Fed court house, so it'll be pretty much out of reach for him to be able to get her. Ghost tells him to give him the info or don't come back at all. I feel like that's a lot to be trying to put on Proctor. Like,
it is, but Jason put a lot on it.
Yeah. Tasha starts asking her mom questions about babysitting the neighborhood kids. Tasha's mom tells her if she spent more time trying to fix her marriage, they wouldn't have to work. Mom don't care if you're unhappy. Just fix that.
Yeah.
You can be mad, but these bills gonna be paid. Tariq's roommate and Evie complain about the amount of pills they're given. He tells them to relax and that he'll have more this week. Next, Proctor is playing a game with his daughter when Tommy knocks at the door. He sends his daughter upstairs. Tommy asks Proctor to get Jimenez's info because he's breaking her out of jail. But Tommy basically is strong-arming him right here. Like,
yeah.
Which I feel like between Proctor's ex-wife and Tommy, I mean, at the beginning of the season, I felt like Proctor was going to end up dead. But between what his ex is doing and Tommy, I don't know if he's going to be dead or in jail, but something's going to happen to him. I feel like they're putting him in so many tight spots already, and it's only episode 3.
Poor Proctor.
Ghost meets with Ramona at Truth. They talk about how they've done research on each other. They pour a drink and Ghost asks if she came to discuss Tate. She says she wants to know more about the people he surrounds himself with. She wants to know, since she's taking charge of Tate's campaign, she is saying that she wants to know more about the people that Tate surrounds himself with. But I think this was really just a ploy to have an intimate conversation with Ghost.
Not at that point. I think at that point she definitely wants to. She's trying to see what type of character Ghost is.
Oh.
I would say that.
While simultaneously flirting.
I think she was expecting the corner boy as a well put together businessman.
Oh, but when she seen him, she was like, oh.
And the way he was talking and saying how he was wrongfully accused and stuff like that. I think he started out on it.
Tariq and his roommate are kicking it with 2 chicks, and Evie comes in the door. Tariq kicks everyone out, and he and Evie sit down and play chess. They exchange their stories on the crazy things that are going on in their lives. So she lost her brother. Mom turns into an alcoholic after she lost her brother.
I don't know. I think she might be playing him though. That's the one thing, because she wants to know a lot of his business early, and she looked up online that he lost his twin sister. So I don't even know if she really lost her brother. I think that was just the easy way. That's like, people will use stuff like that as an easy way to get somebody to talk about their other problems.
Yeah, and did you pick up on how she asked him who his connect was?
Yeah,
like, why do you care about that?
Yeah, I don't know who she's
that's not your
related
business
to or what, but it's seeming like she's a little bit more nosier than what a normal person is.
Yeah, like when it comes, and not saying that I'm a part of the business, because I'm definitely not, but I would think that, you just limit the number of questions that you're asking. If I'm giving you this product and this is what you're supposed to do, just do your job and don't ask no extra stuff.
Even the way she approached him about school and everything, I think that her parents might be a police officer or something like that. Something to where she probably don't like drug dealers. black drug dealer. So I don't know. Because at first I thought that they were setting that up to be like the new Tommy Ghost and Tasha. But she's a little too, I think she's a little too strategic for me.
I feel like Tariq is a little naive to how street smart she really is.
Yeah. And she's playing them.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think she lost her brother. I think that was just the easy way to get him to relate to open up.
Yeah.
To her.
Tommy meets with his men to go over the plan to kidnap Jimenez. Tommy recruits Keisha to be a part of the plan.
And another thing about that too, like, just because y'all sell drugs together don't mean y'all can do everything else together. Like, why is there always the same 3-4 dudes that Tommy and Ghost use?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, just because these dudes sell drugs don't mean that they're going to be better. And then they're probably like the only black people that's in the courtroom. Like, that's going to go into the court to try to get the Jimenez out of jail. Like, that probably not so suspicious.
Yeah, but the way they did it was pretty, well, I thought
we ain't get there yet,
yeah.
But yeah.
Ramona invites Ghost to a meeting at Tate's campaign headquarters. She says that she thinks it'll be great to have Ghost and his wife continue to hammer Tate's message. Ghost says he can take on the task by himself and tells Ramona that he and his wife are getting divorced. After that, Tate and Ramona meet with Tasha. Tasha tells Tate to cut the crap because the cameras aren't there. She says that Tate exploited her daughter's funeral. Ramona gives some song and dance that Tasha isn't really listening to, but Tate asks if there's anything that he can do for her to stay and push the message of the campaign. Tasha tells him she needs him to help with licensing for childcare providers and expedited inspections. Ramona interrupts as Tate begins to answer, and she says he'll make it happen. So Tasha's about to have her new business up and running where she can claim more cash. Because, I mean, given her background, she's definitely going to be better at it than
Keisha.
Keisha won't get them hemmed up. Next, Jimenez arrives at the courthouse and changes to go into the courtroom. Dre walks into the courtroom and sees her. And then Jimenez kind of like sees him and waves. They take Dre out of the room. Jimenez begins to feel sick after drinking the water they provided to her.
They or
who is it? The court, the sheriff dude that be in the court.
Not the bailiff?
Yeah, I guess it's the bailiff. He brings water over to her and her lawyer.
But it's a dude that don't look anything like a bailiff.
Are you stereotyping the way bailiffs look?
No, and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't allow a dude to have a cell phone on him too at that point. Like, that courtroom thing was so goofy to me. Yeah. Go ahead and keep, I guess, explain what went on after she got sick.
Jimenez begins to feel sick after drinking the water provided to her and is escorted to the ladies' room. Keisha is in the ladies' room and tells Tommy that Jimenez is in there.
Now, stop right there. Another thing is, you think the U.S. Marshals would have really let somebody in that bathroom? You don't think they would have been standing right by that door before Keisha could even go in there?
No.
That was that part.
But I do think that they would have inspected the bathroom before Jimenez went in there.
Yeah.
But I don't think that they would just be standing. Because really, if like when you're in a courthouse, you really don't know like.
The U.S. Marshals do, and that's like the most high-profile person in the country. That's like.
But she wasn't there when Keisha went in there.
No, I'm saying that you don't think they would have been there when Keisha came out.
Oh, they probably would have been. Yeah. I thought you meant when she went in.
You don't think that they would have questioned her or anything?
Right, because the dude went in there and said it's all clear, but you can imagine that they would still be standing all outside the door.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's not going to just walk out that bathroom all free.
Tommy's men posing as EMTs put Jimenez on a gurney and transport her to Jason. Ghost is also at the courthouse in disguise and sees Tommy. He realizes that, wait, I missed the part. Before that, because Ghost is in disguise and he's posed as a maintenance worker, but Dre sees him too.
But Ghost sees Keisha also
Okay.
coming out the bathroom, and that's when Ghost was like, okay, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah. So now in the, I guess that would have been the garage, when they're putting Jimenez in the ambulance, when they're posing as EMTs, Ghost sees Tommy and crew. And did they make eye contact and stuff? And so Ghost at that time realizes that Jason told them to do the same job.
And Tommy gives him a little nod, like, I see you.
Next, we see Jason Jimenez in front of Jason. Jason reveals that Valium was put in Jimenez's water. He gives Jimenez a cigarette. He asks her what she has to say. She tells him to go F himself, and that whoever did that to her will betray him too. Did what to her? Got her locked up? Which is basically Dre.
No, it's Ghost and thing. Ghost and Tommy. And that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Oh, but Dre was in cahoots with that too, though, right? Wasn't Dre working with Ghost?
Dre was working for Jimenez.
He was working for them, but he was doing some sort of like.
He was going to he did that with the Russians. He backdoored the Russians, right? To help Tommy, if I want to say, on last season.
I think Tommy and Ghost had some sort of, they was working together to do something, but they were still kind of backstabbing each other in the process or whatever. Same thing that's about to happen this season.
Yeah, because I think Dre started going after Jimenez with Angela, but I think at first they was going after Chick's brother. Because he was the weird, crazy dude.
Yeah, and he would. I feel like, given how he acted, as far as how reckless he was, he would have been the easier
one out of the two.
Yeah.
But it's just so weird to me how everybody on the DA's dead and nobody from that side's dying at all.
Right. I think this,
it's the last season. People will start dropping.
Yeah. Especially if they got into like the whole. Because this one, they, from the beginning of the episode, they just pretty much like set it off. So I was like, dang, episode 3, they setting it off? Oh, it's probably going to be a bloodbath the rest of the season then. That's
when you start seeing characters you never seen before at the beginning, you kind of know it's about to be a bloodbath.
Give me an example.
Well, like there was like 5 dudes that we never seen, and there was cops.
Yeah.
Like, well,
they gotta be the ones to be that. Yeah. Jason kills Jimenez. Tommy asks Jason why he asked him to do all that when he was just gonna kill her anyway. Jason says he wanted to kill her himself. Tommy asks if the reason he asked Ghost to be there is to see if his personal beef would get in the way of business. Jason says he bet on one of them being able to deliver and that he was pleasantly surprised it was Tommy. So I think Tommy what I looked at is Tommy was kind of looking at him like, oh, so you really didn't believe that I was as good as this dude? It's like now that we've established this relationship, you still didn't think I was gonna be able to deliver like Ghost do?
Which is an ongoing thing. I think Tommy's always trying to fill Ghost's shadow.
Right. Next, Ghost is in Proctor's apartment. Proctor says he had to tell Tommy the info because he ran up on him.
And Tommy's crazy as hell.
Yeah. Ghost feels that Proctor not telling him about Tommy is like sending him into an ambush. True. Proctor says it's funny he says that because Ghost said that Tommy was dead.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely wish that unicorn was around when they was talking.
Jason texts Ghost and says he wants his money now since he didn't deliver on Jimenez.
Super greedy, bad.
I know. I was like, dude, he got to go. Ghost says to Proctor that He now has a bigger problem. He's running out of money and options. If he doesn't come up with something fast, he's dead and the Queen's Child project never gets built. Proctor says he's never out of options, and if he needs money, just think about who got money and see what's up with him. But
you want to go see my boy? Or you got my boy come see him?
right, Ghost met up with Simon. Simon asked why he needs money with all of his assets. Ghost says some of his assets are already spoken for. Simon then reveals that they will be working together. He was saying that basically he couldn't give Ghost any money, but he was like, we'll be working together anyway because he has more ownership stake in the Queen's Child project, which means that Tate got to him. So I'm sure Ghost is very angry about that. Next, Keisha hugs Tommy as he comes in. She's excited that they were able to pull off the Jimenez kidnapping. Tommy then says that he's still going to need to clean a lot more of his cash if he wants to stay in good standing with Jason. He says he needs to ask Tasha for help. Keisha says she'll do it, but not with Tasha. She doesn't want Tasha anywhere near her man. And then Tommy just, I guess he adds a little season on it, talking about, yeah, F that B. Like, you know you still gonna be meeting up with Tasha anyway.
Yeah, but he gotta make his girl feel confident.
Yeah. Next, Sax tells Dre that Jimenez is dead. Dre asks if he can leave. Sax says Dre has to help find Angela's killer. Dre says, what can he do about it? Sax says he can help him get Ghost. Dre tells Sax he saw Ghost at the courthouse, but Sax doesn't believe him. Sax tells Dre he'll be in touch, and in the meantime, they'll take care of his daughter for him, and that he needs to watch his back.
And then can Dre really get Ghost? Because anything that Dre says about Ghost want to be contradicting when he got in the affidavit when he was saying that that Dre's testimony is said basically clearing Ghost of any wrongdoing.
I don't know.
Remember they was talking about that? Sax and the one lady was talking about the Dre's confession basically clears Ghost. Because they were saying that's how they know that Angela,
if she was working with all of them,
because it was gonna close the whole case. Mm-hmm. So how could they jump? How can Dre be the one to jump Ghost up? Because he already has that statement written down.
I don't know.
This is just it's a soap opera that I think it shouldn't end this season.
You said it shouldn't?
Nah.
Well, didn't 50 say something about the season is so good that he's probably not going to end it this season?
He doesn't have that type. I think that's up for Showtime to
Stars.
Or Stars to decide. Well, what did you give this episode?
Wait, one more thing. Ghost calls Tommy and asks why they were sent to do the same job. Ghost feels that they should put their differences aside and take down Jason. Tommy is not with it and says the next time he sees Ghost, he's going to cancel Christmas on him.
I said that before, that they was going to work together. I knew that.
I feel like well, to answer your question, the grade that I give this episode, I'll give the episode an A.
What?
But I'm gonna preface this by saying, because the reason why I gave it, because it just came out the gate just like jumping. I'm like, oh, what is happening? And then I honestly did not expect for it to turn out that Jason kills Jimenez. Like, there's a couple of things I didn't expect for Dre to kill Donovan.
Just because you're shocked that you get it over A.
Yeah, there was a wow factor in there. Where in the last couple of episodes, I was like, ugh. But I will say I did not give it an A plus because there were like a couple of things that I was like, okay, I saw that coming from a mile away. So, especially Ghost and Tommy having to come together to have to join forces to take Jason out. Like, I feel like I saw that coming from episode 1.
Yeah, they only
But
did
we're
that.
only in episode 3.
They only
so.
did that every season to the plug, whoever the plug was. Make sure they killed him.
Why stop now?
Yeah.
Maybe they will stop now. Maybe this will be the...
I don't know. I gave it a D.
Did you? What? How?
Too many holes, man. To me, it's getting, I don't know. Like, I feel like they make the cop system look so romper-roonish. Like, they can't even arrest anybody. Like, there's no way they're going to let Keisha come out of that bathroom without asking her anything. There's no way they're going to let the dude just switch the volume cup to regular water after Jimenez gets sick. You see that part?
But
when he came back and switched it, and the judge and all of them was just sitting right there looking at it.
Yeah, you don't think that somebody would have saw that part? That was another thing too. I was like, he should have just maybe left it there until everybody left and then cleaned up. Or
and there's no way Proctor would have kept being both of their lawyers either. I feel like. And
do you think that, given the circumstances, they would have tested Jimenez's cup?
Definitely.
I don't know if they would have tested it or just
they would have held it.
Shown good.
And I can tell you this right now, she would have had I feel like she would have had a U.S. state marshal that was a female. She wouldn't have been in that bathroom by herself, just because not even somebody trying to kill her, but her being able to escape on her own. They wouldn't have let her be in that bathroom by herself. They would have had a female guard in there. Definitely. So, I mean, there's too many holes for me. The writing, to me, still isn't up to par to give it anything above a C. And then, I don't know.
Do you feel like this season is worse than previous seasons?
Last season, to me, was probably the worst season. But before that, yeah. I mean, anything before last season. But 5 and 6, to me, are playing out terrible. I feel like Power has become something that it wasn't before. I think the storyline and everything has changed to where it's more like a black soap opera.
Do you think that it's going that way because maybe they didn't expect the show to last this long? And so now they're trying to come up with new stuff?
I don't know. I feel like between season 4 and 5, when people, at the end of season 4, when people was realizing that it should be drawn out more, I feel like they never switched their brand of writing to draw lines out more. It's just more everything is just compacted. So it makes the cops look way worse than what it should be. Like nobody's getting arrested, nobody's moving in, nobody from the bad side's getting killed. Everybody's just, there's just lies and deception from every corner of the show. So it's like we're literally like a soap opera. So I would like for the storylines to be drawn out more. Like there's not even what if somebody, I can't wait to see if somebody gets caught doing this. There's not even that right now. Like there's no like anticipation for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even with the Jimenez, I would have liked it it could have got drawn out to the point where the court date might be coming up now on episode 4, and we don't wonder who's going to be able to get her out of the courtroom, Ghost or Tommy. Like everything doesn't have to be completed on that episode, I feel like.
The one thing I would be disappointed about is if they don't kill Dre. His death is a long time coming, and to me, with his level of incompetence, I don't understand why he's even lasted this long.
If they don't arrest Tommy or Ghost, this is going to be, to me, an epic failure. But somebody out of their little crew, they got to sacrifice somebody. Because at this point, it's like the power bad guys 30, the cops 0. Like, they just keep winning and the cops, there's no...
I know, because you couldn't even, this episode, you couldn't even keep somebody who you already had in custody.
And she's like the most high profile person in America from based on what she was able to manipulate.
So.
Yeah. And they wouldn't even be allowing this dude, Sachs, to even still be working on this case. I could tell you that right now. They would have been brought different people in. There's no way, even if the director decided to keep him, there's no way he would be heading that case. There's no way. And all of his people did, and he's the last one standing. At this point, they would probably. I think he had something to do with it too.
Do you think that they'll keep the old theme song for next week?
I don't know. I was thinking that too. I guess we could wager that. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. It's gonna stay.
Good, because I hope it does.
Unless they contractually agree.
Man,
with Trey Songz.
if they bring Trey Songz version of the theme song back, I'm like 50 is officially trolling every single viewer of this show.
But they said the reason why he was able to do it this time because he directed this one. So he was able. That's why he was able to switch it back on this one.
Okay, I know people gonna be, but he better know because you can see people commenting and saying how they were so happy that the old theme song was back.
It
Change it back.
Better. It sounded way better this week, but that's the reason why I didn't give y'all D-.
But if they change it back to Trey Songz, you're gonna hear people complaining again next week. I think he liked hearing people complain.
No, I think he don't have as much power as we think he does, and I think this episode he actually did. He does have the power. This episode
Because he's directed it.
yeah. He's the executive producer. I know he might have his hands on it, but I don't think he has like a say so of everything that could go on. Switched out.
Final thoughts?
Final thoughts is I'm still kind of steady at my C- right now.
So what am I up to, a B?
I don't know what you trying to. I knew this was gonna happen. She's trying to curve the system for power. You're definitely not up to a B if you started off with a D- or whatever.
I was at a regular standard D.
Yeah, there's no way you could be up to
I went from a D to a C to an A. So that is a B.
No, it ain't. It's still a C.
I'll give you that C.
There's no, if you got a D and a C in the average, there's no way you up to a B if you got one A and one B. It still would be a C average.
You have a D, a C.
And a B and an A.
No, we're only on episode 3. You have a D, a C, and an A. Wouldn't that be a B?
No, because a C and an A would be a B. That would be, the middle would be a B. So if you put a D in there too.
You're saying this is a C plus.
Yeah, it would be like a C plus because that D what outweighs.
All right, they can keep trucking along with the C plus. Hopefully they'll hit us with something good.
Well, if you keep giving the episodes A's, you'll be up to an A in no time by episode 6.
I don't know though. I don't know.
All you need to do is have one wow per episode. You boost the scores up.
I don't know though. I don't know. Time will tell.
I'm more right now. I'm looking forward to the sub storyline with Tyreek and his college friends because I need to know how that's going to start off on the new season.
Yeah, I think that's that's one of the only things that we really
don't know the outcome of.
Right, who is Evie? And we know she's up to something. We just can't figure out what yet.
She's going to play a part. Is she's going to be an ally or she's going to be against Tyreek?
Yeah.
But I guess we're done here.
Yep. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you get a chance, take a look at our podcast. Links will be provided in the description. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.